All right, so today let's take a deep dive into prediction markets.
Okay.
You might have heard of these, especially with the recent elections and all the buzz around them.
Right.
Essentially, there are markets where you can well bet on what's going to happen in the
hmm
future. And platforms like Polymarket, they've kind of exploded in popularity, especially during those big election events.
It's true. The data shows that a big chunk of Polymarket's volume is tied to like
Wow.
election-related markets.
Interesting. Okay, so that's interesting. But here's the thing.
Okay.
Prediction markets are way more than just like election hype.
Right.
I think they have this incredible potential to change how we gather information,
Yeah.
how we make decisions, even how we uncover the truth
Wow.
about things. It's like almost getting a sneak peek into the future powered by,
Yeah.
the wisdom of the crowd.
And the fascinating thing is the prediction markets aren't actually a new idea.
Mm.
They've been around for centuries in various
Oh,
forms,
really?
but they never really took off in the mainstream.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Like traditional companies, they just couldn't really handle
Mm.
the complexity of managing
Yeah.
these markets, like settling disputes, keeping up with unexpected events.
Yeah, that makes sense. You need a system that can like handle that constant
Exactly.
flow of new information.
Yeah.
The unpredictable nature of events.
Right. It's not something you can manage with a spreadsheet.
Exactly right.
And that's where blockchain comes in
Okay.
and decentralized systems. They're a perfect fit
Okay.
for prediction markets because they offer seamless ways to raise capital, make sure everything's transparent, and they can even handle those niche markets that might not get as much attention otherwise.
Okay, so Polymarket's success with the elections has definitely put prediction markets on everyone's radar.
For sure.
But what happens after the election hype fades away? Does it just disappear?
That's when it gets interesting because some people believe that prediction markets are actually more valuable as an alternative source of news.
Hold on. Alternative news source.
Mm.
You're saying these markets can tell us what's happening in the world.
Think of it this way. Prediction markets, they bring together the collective knowledge
Okay.
and insights of a large group of people,
Yeah.
and they translate those predictions into real-time data.
Okay.
So it's kind of like this constantly updating gauge of public sentiment on pretty much any topic you can imagine.
Okay.
And we're already seeing major media outlets like Bloomberg and CNN
Oh, wow.
referencing data from Polymarket.
So they're taking it seriously.
Yeah, so shows they're taking serious.
Wow. Okay. So instead of getting like opinions and analysis from,
Exactly.
talking heads,
Yeah.
we could be getting this like more nuanced market-driven perspective on global events, controversies, even the truthfulness of things we read online.
For sure.
That's a game changer.
Exactly. And this is where decentralized prediction markets,
Okay.
like the platform I'm building, Truemarkets, comes in.
All right. I was hoping we'd get to this. Tell me more about Truemarkets.
Okay.
What sets it apart?
So one of the biggest challenges with prediction markets is how to handle disputes.
Right.
How do you make sure the markets are resolved fairly and accurately, especially when there's a lot of money on the line?
Yeah.
Polymarket relies on UMA token holders to resolve these disputes,
Okay.
but that's actually led to some controversy.
You're talking about the whole ETF market resolution?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. That definitely stirred up some debate.
That situation highlighted some potential weaknesses
Okay.
in relying on a single group of token holders to make those decisions.
Mm-hmm.
So Truemarkets takes a different approach.
Okay.
We're developing what we call an intersubjective oracle.
Oh, okay. Now you have to unpack that for me. Intersubjective oracle.
Yeah, so it's about incorporating multiple perspectives and checks and balances.
Yeah, okay.
Instead of relying on a single group, our system involves a variety of independent parties with diverse interests who all contribute to the dispute resolution process.
Gotcha.
So that makes the outcome much more transparent and reliable.
Okay, so going back to that ETF example, how would Truemarket's system have handled that differently?
It's hard to say for sure, but our system is built to be more resilient to biases or manipulation.
Okay.
The intersubjective oracle is designed to uncover a broader range of viewpoints and evidence,
Okay.
which makes the resolution process more trustworthy and ultimately protects you as a participant.
This is fascinating, but let's talk about how these markets get created in the first place.
Yeah.
Right now, platforms like Polymarket, they curate their markets, meaning they choose which ones exist.
Right.
That seems a bit limiting, don't you think?
It is a bit limiting, and that's why the idea of permissionless prediction markets is so exciting.
Okay.
Imagine a world where anyone can create a market on any topic.
No, that would be incredible.
The possibilities are endless,
But are there any potential pitfalls with that approach? I
Yeah.
mean, how do you ensure that the markets are well defined and can be resolved accurately?
Yeah.
We wouldn't want just a bunch of nonsensical or ambiguous markets floating around.
That's a really good point, and it's something I've experienced firsthand.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So before Truemarkets, I was working on a prediction market platform
Okay.
where we experimented with letting anyone create markets.
Oh, how did that go?
Let's just say we learned some valuable lessons.
Yes. Yeah.
A whopping 90%
Wow.
of the markets created by users ended up in disputes,
Oh my gosh.
mostly because of problems with how the questions were worded.
Okay.
People had great ideas, but they struggled to phrase them in a way that followed the platform's rules and could be resolved without issues.
Ouch. That sounds like a logistical nightmare.
It was.
So how do you solve that? What's the key to making permissionless markets actually work?
So here's where things get really interesting. We believe that AI and language models, or LLMs,
Okay.
hold the key to unlocking the true potential of permissionless markets.
Wait, AI creating prediction markets? That sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie?
It might sound futuristic, but it's closer than you think. So at Truemarkets, we plan to use AI agents to help users create markets accurately. These agents would ensure that the markets adhere to our guidelines and can be properly resolved.
Okay, so it's like having an AI assistant helping you craft the perfect prediction market.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Paint me a picture here. What could this look like in real life?
Imagine celebrities or influential thinkers launching their own prediction markets.
Okay.
Or envision like micro markets popping up around specific pieces of content online. It's all facilitated by AI, ensuring clarity and accuracy.
Yeah.
The potential is vast.
Wow, that's incredible. But let's bring this back to our listener.
Okay.
Why should they care about all of this? How can prediction markets impact their lives?
So beyond the financial aspect of speculation,
Yeah.
prediction markets offer a powerful way to gauge public sentiment, uncover hidden information, and encourage truth-seeking on a scale we've never seen before.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's like a whole new way of understanding the world around us. Now, before we move on, I have to ask about Truemarkets' patron NFT sale.
Okay.
You're taking a very different approach to community building and fundraising, right?
Absolutely. We're committed to building a platform that's driven by its community.
Yeah.
A place where everyone has a voice and everyone benefits from the platform's success.
Gotcha.
Our patron NFT sale is a reflection of that commitment.
So what makes this NFT sale different? What are you doing that others aren't?
Well, for starters, fairness and transparency are at the core of everything we do.
Okay.
We've set a fixed price for everyone who wants to participate, whether they're a venture capitalist or an everyday user.
Okay, so everyone's on a level playing field, like that.
And there are no lockups for NFT holders, which ensures a fair and liquid market for everyone.
So that's great, and we're running out of time for this section of the deep dive. Stay tuned, because we'll be right back after a short break.
And a significant portion of our future True Token is going to the NFT holders. So they're going to be essential to the platform's function and governance. It's about building a real community from the ground up.
I have to admit, you've got me really interested in this.
Yeah.
It feels like we're on the verge of something truly revolutionary.
Yeah.
But before we get too carried away, I think we need to address, like, the downsides.
Right.
If prediction markets can be this powerful, couldn't they also be used for, less than noble purposes?
That's a really important question, and it's one we can't ignore. Like any powerful tool, prediction markets can be misused.
Right.
There's always the potential for manipulation or spreading misinformation or even causing harm.
Yeah.
But I believe that by focusing on transparency, building robust systems, and fostering a responsible community, we can mitigate those risks significantly.
So it's not just about the technology itself,
Exactly.
but also how we use it, the values we embed within the system.
Yeah, it's about creating a framework that encourages ethical behavior and a commitment to truth-seeking.
Okay, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the nuts and bolts of prediction markets.
Okay. I think some people might be intimidated by the whole concept. It can seem pretty complicated.
It might seem that way at first glance, but the basic idea is actually pretty simple.
Okay.
You have a question, a set of possible outcomes, and people place bets on those outcomes.
Okay.
Think of it like a more sophisticated version of betting on a sports game.
Okay.
The odds reflect the collective wisdom of the crowd, and they're constantly adjusting as new information comes in.
So if more people believe a certain outcome is likely, the odds shift accordingly.
Exactly.
It's almost like a real-time popularity contest.
That's a great way to put it.
for ideas and predictions.
Yeah. And what's so fascinating is that these markets can uncover information and insights that traditional methods might miss
Okay.
by pooling together the diverse opinions and predictions of a large group.
Yeah.
You get a more nuanced and accurate picture of what might happen.
It's like tapping into the power of collective
I
intelligence
see.
to make more informed decisions and predictions.
But are there any real-world examples of this working beyond just elections?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Prediction markets have been successfully used to forecast a wide range of events,
Okay.
from economic indicators and product launches to scientific breakthroughs and even the outcomes of political campaigns.
Okay.
For example, prediction markets have been remarkably accurate at predicting the winners of Academy Awards,
Right.
often outperforming expert opinions.
Wow. So these markets aren't just about making money or predicting the future. They're also about gaining a deeper understanding of how the world works.
Exactly. They offer a unique window into collective wisdom,
Okay.
and they can provide valuable insights that you might not get through other means.
Okay. I'm convinced this is officially blowing my mind. But let's get practical for a moment.
Sure.
If someone is interested in exploring prediction markets, where do they start?
That's a great question. There are a number of platforms out there, each with its own strengths and weaknesses.
Okay.
As we discussed, Polymarket has gained a lot of attention. But it's important to be aware of their dispute resolution system and the potential for controversy.
And of course, there's Truemarkets, which you're busy building. Tell us more about what makes Truemarkets stand out.
Yeah, so we're building Truemarkets with a strong emphasis on transparency, fairness, and community involvement.
Okay.
We believe our intersubjective oracle system will address some of the major challenges in this space,
Okay.
leading to more accurate and trustworthy resolutions.
Yeah.
And our integration of AI agents will unlock the potential of permissionless markets, making it easier than ever for anyone to create and participate.
Can you give us a specific example of how these AI agents would work in practice?
Sure, imagine a scenario where someone wants to create a market, predicting whether a certain scientific theory will be proven correct within the next 5 years.
Okay.
Our AI agents could analyze the theory, identify relevant data sources, and help the user formulate the market question in a clear and unambiguous way. The agents could also monitor relevant research publications and news articles, automatically updating the market's odds as new information emerges.
So it's like having an AI research assistant walking behind the scenes
Yeah,
to ensure that the market is accurate and up to date.
exactly.
It seems like AI could really revolutionize how prediction markets are created and managed.
That's our hope.
Yeah.
We believe that AI can empower individuals to participate in prediction markets on a scale never seen before, opening up new possibilities for forecasting and understanding the world around us.
Now, for our listeners who are eager to jump in, where can they find more information about Truemarkets and track your progress?
The best place to stay updated is our website, truemarkets.org.
Okay.
You can also find us on Twitter at truemarkets.org.
We'll make sure to include those links in the show notes so our listeners can easily check it out.
Great.
Now, before we wrap up this section of the deep dive,
Okay.
I want to circle back to something you mentioned earlier about prediction markets as an alternative news source.
Great.
That's a really powerful concept.
Yeah.
And it raises some important questions.
It does. We're entering uncharted territory here.
Yeah.
And it's crucial to think carefully about the implications of this technology.
I understand the potential for prediction markets to provide valuable insights.
Yeah.
But I'm also a bit skeptical. Couldn't they be easily manipulated by those with vested interests?
That's a valid concern. Manipulation is a risk with any market,
Right.
including prediction markets. But there are ways to mitigate that risk.
Okay.
Platforms can implement measures to detect and prevent suspicious trading activity.
Gotcha.
They can encourage diverse participation, which makes it harder for a small group to sway the market.
Yeah.
And as we discussed earlier, a robust dispute resolution system is crucial for fairness and accuracy.
So it's about creating a system with built-in safeguards and checks and balances
Exactly.
to prevent manipulation and ensure the integrity of the information.
Transparency and accountability are paramount.
Okay. I'm starting to see how prediction markets could become a more reliable source of information than traditional media outlets, which often have their own biases and agendas.
That's not to say that traditional media is irrelevant.
Right.
It still plays a vital role in providing context and analysis and in-depth reporting.
Yeah.
But prediction markets offer a unique perspective, one that's driven by collective intelligence and real-time data.
If prediction markets can incentivize truth-seeking and offer a more nuanced understanding of complex events,
Yeah.
could they be a tool for combating misinformation and manipulation?
That's a really intriguing question, and I believe they have the potential to play a significant role in that fight.
Okay,
But it's not going to be easy.
right.
It'll require a collaborative effort from developers, policymakers, and most importantly, the community.
So it's not just about building the technology, but
Right.
also about fostering a culture of critical thinking, responsible participation, and a commitment to truth that sounds like a tall order.
It is, but I believe it's achievable. We need to approach this with both optimism and caution, acknowledging the potential benefits while being mindful of the risks.
Hmm.
And we need to have open and honest conversations about the role of prediction markets in society.
I completely agree. This is a conversation that deserves our full attention. But we have to take a short break. We'll be back soon to wrap up our deep dive into the world of prediction markets.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
Mm.
We've been exploring this fascinating world of prediction markets.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but I'm finding this all incredibly thought-provoking.
It's a rapidly evolving space with huge potential
Yeah.
to change how we understand the world.
We've talked about how prediction markets can be used as alternative news sources, tools for uncovering hidden information,
Right.
and even a way to encourage truth-seeking
Huh.
in a world that's often filled with misleading content.
For sure.
And we've discussed the challenges and potential risks involved,
Yeah.
highlighting the need for transparency, responsible development, and,
Yeah.
a strong community.
Yeah. One thing that's really stuck with me is how prediction markets go beyond just making money
Right.
or predicting the future. They're really about harnessing that collective intelligence of a crowd
For sure.
to make better decisions, uncover hidden truths,
Yeah.
and navigate a world that's increasingly complex.
It's about empowering individuals with the tools and knowledge they need to make sense of the information.
Right. And ultimately, it's about building a future where truth and transparency are valued and accessible to everyone.
I think that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
It's about leveraging the wisdom of the crowd to make better decisions and create a more informed society.
Before we wrap up, I want to touch on something we briefly mentioned earlier, the long tail of niche markets.
Okay.
Can you expand on that a bit? What does that look like in the context of prediction markets?
Sure. So the long tail refers to the vast number of niche topics and interests that may not have a large enough audience to warrant like traditional market attention.
Mm-hmm.
In the world of prediction markets, this could mean markets focused on very specific scientific breakthroughs, local political races, or even the success of independent films.
So instead of having just a handful of major markets focused on mainstream topics,
Yeah.
we could have thousands, even millions of smaller markets catering to a wide array of interests.
Exactly. And this is where the power of decentralized platforms like Truemarkets really shines.
Okay.
They can easily accommodate these smaller markets, connecting people with shared interests and allowing them to tap into the collective wisdom of their specific communities.
That's incredible. It opens up so many possibilities for forecasting and understanding niche areas that might otherwise be overlooked.
And with the help of AI, as we discussed,
Right.
creating and managing these niche markets could become even easier and more accessible.
It sounds like prediction markets could become a truly democratized tool for knowledge discovery and decision-making, spanning a vast spectrum of human interests.
That's the vision we're striving for with Truemarkets. We believe everyone should have the opportunity to participate in and benefit from this exciting technology.
Well, I have to say, this has been a truly eye-opening deep dive into the world of prediction markets.
Yeah, it's been great.
It's clear that this technology has the potential to revolutionize how we gather information, make decisions, and understand the world around us.
I agree, and I believe we're just scratching the surface of what's possible.
Yeah.
As the technology continues to evolve and mature, we can expect to see even more innovative applications emerge.
For our listeners who are interested in learning more about Truemarkets or the broader world of prediction markets,
Yeah.
be sure to check out the links we've provided in the show notes.
And don't hesitate to reach out to us if you have any questions. We're always happy to engage with the community.
As we wrap up today's deep dive, I'm left with a sense of both excitement and, cautious optimism.
For sure.
The potential benefits of prediction markets are undeniable,
Yeah.
but we also need to be aware of the potential risks and challenges.
It's important to approach this technology with a critical eye, asking tough questions, and engaging in thoughtful discussions.
And most importantly, we need to remember that technology is just a tool. How we use it ultimately determines whether it becomes a force for good or for ill.
Well said. It's up to all of us to shape the future of prediction markets
Right.
and ensure they're used responsibly and ethically.
It's been a pleasure exploring this topic with you. Thank you for joining us on the deep dive.
The pleasure was all mine. Thank you for having me.
And to our listeners, stay curious. Keep exploring the world with an open mind, and we'll see you next time on the deep dive.